What's going on, guys? It's Grrae here and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a very special episode of C.I.D because as you guys know, today is update day and this is episode 16 of C.I.D. What that means is we are going to be testing can this car drift. However, this car is needed for a drift challenge in the new update, so I'm going to be switching it up a little bit, and in this video just teaching you guys the best setup for this car, that way you can go drift with it. If you guys didn't know what C.I.D is, I am testing every car in the game and asking can it drift, and I'm testing out all of the parts on every car. As you guys can see, I have 1.6 billion in the game, so why not go buy everything, test every part out on the car, and see what we can do with it, allowing it to drift the best possible way. So if you guys are excited for this video, please do me a huge favor and leave a like. That's all I ask. With that said, we're going to get into the performance. So I have Ultimate Plus everything. Now I actually am going to change this from my testing. The Roots Supercharger is actually the best one to use for this, so I'm going to put that on right now. Now the engine, I have the Forged 3.8 liter V6 in this thing because it has insane horsepower, and this one just feels the best for drifting in my opinion. Now the NOS doesn't really matter. Now before I get into the rest of the parts, if you guys are new to the channel or slash series, my C.I.D series, I usually go and test out all the cars and show you guys gameplay and stuff like that. But in this one, I'm not going to be doing that because I know you guys want to go and play the update and get this challenge done. So this is how to drift with this car. So the suspension is the Super Showcase suspension. The brakes, I have Elite brakes. Now the tires, I'll get into the tires later because there are two different variations of what we can do with it. So I'll get back to that in just a second. Now the clutch is Elite Plus. You know, just put the best one you have, to be honest. Now the gearbox, I found that the 6-speed is actually the best for drifting, and then the differential Super Showcase is also what you're going to be using. Now I said I was going to go over the tires, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that on the drift track. I'm going to go out into the daytime and show you guys my live tuning because that also helps with the car's drift capabilities. Guys, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Be part of the Grrae Gang. I would really appreciate that. Like 84% of you guys watching aren't subscribed. Come on, just hit that button. It's free, it's fun, helps everybody out, makes my day a little bit better, and makes me smile. So with that said, we're gonna go over to the drift track right now, and my live tuning, it's a steering sensitivity all the way up, downforce all the way down. And now I'm going to get into the tires because there are two things you can use with the tires in order to drift. So the first little build that I have on it is using the Elite drag tires. Now the super ones also work very well for this, but the Elite drag tires allow you guys to get a ton of points while using this car and drifting. So I'm going to show you guys that here. You can see that the traction is actually really high, like you get grip, and that is what you need to get a lot of points. As you can see here on that first turn, I got 32,000, and then you can just go and complete the drift zone from there. It is super easy to use drag tires on this car, and I know drag tires don't really make sense for a drift car, but that's just how the game is. This is how you can grind extra points when using this. So this is why you can use drag tires and this exact build that I have on the car right now to go and complete the drift track that is within the new update. As you guys can see here, I got 114,000 score, but like I said, there is a second variation of this build that you guys can go and use, and this will also allow you to drift really well. So go over to your performance, and instead of the Elite drag tires, I want you guys to put on the Pro drift tires. Now again, with this series, I am testing everything in the game, so I tested out all the parts, and these two variations seem to work best for me. So all the build is the same except for the tires. The tires are what you can change really to make it perform differently. Now with these Pro drift tires on, you get a lot more slide, so this will work for like tighter corners and tighter drifts and like smaller drift tracks. As you can see here, you get a ton of slide, and it is a little bit hard to control coming right off of the drag tires and using them, but once you get the hang of it, you start to actually be able to drift pretty easily, and once you can just handle it, you can actually grind points out pretty effectively. So you can see here that it is a little bit hard to actually slide back and forth, with the drag tires, but with this it's very easy just to pull your left stick over, and you don't need to like let go of the throttle or anything like that. Just pull your left stick back and forth and you can get on this drift. So these are the two builds that you can go and use for this car, the Aston Martin DB11 Volante, my bad. So those are the two variations that I found best fitting. However, using the drag tires really is the best way to grind points out and just get more out of it, and that's what I'm going to be using for the drift challenge in the game. But I'm not going to be showing you guys the gameplay because I feel like you should go and experience it for yourself within the new update, so I don't spoil anything for you guys. So if you could do me a huge favor, if you enjoyed this video at any point in time, please do me words just like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys later.